Last April, people living in the southern remote district of Gizab decided they'd had enough of the Taliban in their neighbourhood, so they revolted and forced them out. The Taliban had been using Gizab as a rest and resupply base for fighters travelling to battlegrounds in Helmand and Kandahar.
They were punishing us. The Taliban were asking us to give them money. They were asking for food. They wanted our children. So we started a fight with them, with permission and help from foreign troops. They were not allowing services. They were not allowing teaching. They do not want my country to be developed. They want the people of Afghanistan to live like slaves. We don't want to live like slaves. We are out of the darkness, and we will do the same thing in the future.
The people of Gizar put up checkpoints and started detaining Taliban. They got support from Australian and US Special Forces, who helped them build up a local defence force. Over the following months, this group grew in numbers. The men were given brown uniforms and now go by the name of Afghan Local Police, or ALP. Today there are 300 of them in the district.
When there was no ALP, there was Taliban. It was very bad. People were being killed and they were stealing from the people by force. They were going to people's homes and demanding food. After that, we and others became one and defeated them, and now our district is free. When we became police, the Taliban disappeared and security came. With the help of the local police, the Taliban are now going to other districts. We have got checkpoints in the mountains. My checkpoint is in that mountain.
What happened here put Gizab on the map. It was closely studied by the US military. If such a revolt could only be replicated in other districts, it would prove a serious setback for the insurgency. Gizab has been largely ignored by the Afghan government until now. A visit by a deputy minister. No one here can remember the last time when someone so senior came down from Kabul. Wais Ahmad Barmak wanted to praise the people for their actions.
They just stood up themselves and they realized that, what peace means to them, what the stability means to them. So they just decided to say no to the insurgents.
The deputy minister tells the crowd that because they have good security here now, he'll invest $10 million in development projects. They ask for help with building roads and they want banks built up alongside the Helmand River to prevent farms from flooding. Their immediate concern, however, was for the government to build them a bridge connecting one side of Gizab to the other. The only bridge they have is this, built by the Taliban. Earlier that day, a truck had tried to cross, but its load was too heavy and the bridge buckled. This posed a problem for the VIP party. Their only way of getting home was by crossing the river. For the locals, however, it presented a fortunate stroke of luck. There are no boats around here, so Afghan jingle trucks were left to do the ferrying. Their visitors would soon realise why building a new bridge was of utmost importance.
This was an extraordinary part of the visit today to Gizab, which is it's very interesting, huh?
At the local police commander's compound, the mood changed after the group heard news on the radio of a Taliban attack which had killed the police chief for northern Afghanistan. They discuss how the Taliban are targeting high-profile figures to strengthen the morale among fighters following the death of Osama bin Laden. This local government leader said he, for one, would be increasing his own security.
Yes, it's very important. There needs to be better security in important places. All over Afghanistan, every province must improve their security and not let such incidents happen, because it has a very negative impact on the government, on the minds of the people, and also on the minds of the police. We must work on this.
The revolt which happened in Gizab is believed to have spread to neighbouring districts. They too will be looking to be rewarded for making a stand against the Taliban, which is why it's crucial the government delivers.
Probably, if you cannot deliver it in 2 months, but if you deliver it in 4 months, people still see that, what you promised 4 months ago, it happens. And this is where the trust and confidence is built and established. And this is where then the support base for the government is established. And this is the way you win the hearts and minds of people, not by guns, but I think by other means, which is, coming, engaging with people, talking to them and listening to them, and then delivering on what you commit and promise.
Gizab continues to be watched closely. Security needs to be maintained in order to support development. The ALP here has proved a success so far. The men don't get as much money as their blue uniformed counterparts, but money doesn't seem to be the motivator for them. This man said if the Taliban offered him $100,000, he wouldn't switch sides. For him, he'd much rather the Taliban never returned. Mel Preen in Gizab, Afghanistan for the NATO channel.